Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the WonderZone. Have you had a good week?
I have had a great week, absolutely.
Have you learned anything new this week?
Well, we learned about wisdom, and we learned about a man named Solomon last week who could have asked for anything, but what he asked for was wisdom, and God gave him wisdom. And so we were learning all about science and asking questions and saying, well, what's the difference between knowing stuff and wisdom? It was really interesting, very interesting. So we're looking forward to this week's episode of the WonderZone. I wonder, what are we going to be learning about this week?
I think we should hand over to the WonderZone school.
See you in a moment.
This is Project Command. Stand by to power transfer.
Hello everyone and welcome to the WonderZone School of Science and Faith. I'm Headmistress Boyle and this is Deputy Head Malcolm.
The wonders of the universe!
What?
Today we're going to be learning all about big balls of burning gas millions of miles away.
Well yes, the stars, I was just getting to that.
The infinite mysteries of the cosmos.
Yes, in today's lesson we'll be covering astronomy, planetology.
The cold vastness of space.
Yes, indeed. Today in WonderZone we'll be learning about the wonders of... Actually, on you go Malcolm.
The wonders of the universe.
The universe? That's all. I must have got a telescope.
Coming up next on Professor Wen.
When have we landed?
I think we must have hit an asteroid belt back there. My readings are all out of whack. Hopefully I can still take readings. We've landed in Scotland 2020, a most turbulent year. Have we landed before or after the Borganite invasions? Those were catastrophic. I must find a galactic power converter to fix the Wadis fast.
Hello and welcome to Astronomy with me, Professor Rosie. Have you ever sat outside and looked up at the night stars? Maybe you even know the names of the stars, or even some of the constellations. My favourite is Cassiopeia, which looks like a shiny crown or a big W. Did you know that when we look up at the sky at night, there are about 5,000 to 10,000 stars that you can see without a telescope, just with our own eyes? Why don't you have a go this week and see how many you can count?
But you can see even more with a telescope.
Our universe is huge and amazing. There are so many things in space to learn about. Astronomy is the study of the stars. Planetology is the study of the planets. Galactic astronomers study galaxies. Astrophysicists study how things in space work, like black holes. And cosmology is a study of everything in the universe, where the universe came from, what it's doing now, and where it's going. That's interesting. That's exactly what this book is all about. Where everything came from, what it's doing now, and where it's going.
Time is X minus 10.
One thing we don't always realise about space is that it's on the move. You can make this model at home using a bowl or a sink if you don't have a pool. Just swirl the water in a circle. This represents space. It's always moving and changing, pulling planets, stars, and even galaxies along with it. This paper represents the billions of stars and galaxies that are out there in space. We may think that space is stationary, but it's always on the move. When you were learning about the planets at school, you were probably shown something like this. But this makes the planets look really close together. In reality, they're not, because space is huge! So huge that whole stars are like tiny specks of pepper in comparison. If this balloon was the sun, then the next planet, Mercury, would be 39 meters away. And the next planet, Venus, would be 72 meters away. And the next planet, our own Earth, would be 100 meters away.
Whoa! That's like really far.
7, 6, 5.
Hello, I'm Professor Ken, and welcome to Cosmic Psalms 101. You see, just like looking at a model of the solar system, sometimes we might get wrong ideas about God too. We think that God is smaller than he really is, or that he's not really doing anything. But the Bible tells us that God is actually much bigger than our universe, that he created it all.
So, with a powerful enough telescope, could I see God?
No, you don't need a telescope to see God. God isn't just watching us from above. He's there with us right now. He loves everything he made. And he listens to us and is always doing things in our lives and in our world. God might be huge, but that doesn't mean he's far away. Psalm 8 says this: "When I look at the night sky and see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are mere mortals that you should think about them? Human beings that you should care for them." You see, the only thing more amazing than our huge universe is our huge God, who knows and loves each and every one of us.
But what if I adjusted the settings? You know, with just the right settings, then can I see God?
No. Just no.
Oh, everyone, stop. Do you know what time it is? It's snack time.
I can't believe we managed to crash land in Scotland 2020, right in the middle of the Bloggenite invasion. What an infelicis year for the country.
There must be something we can do.
You're right, Jacinta. Perhaps if we reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, it can...
Stop their weapons from working.
might just work. Never give up. Never surrender. We'll save this year yet. Back off, your Blogganites! We have to save Scotland!
Hello pupils, hello! Welcome to Arts and Crafts with the one and only Professor Drew Badley. How are you? Hello! I hear that you've been looking at the universe. That's just wonderful. I once, you know, was looking out at all the beautiful stars, and I saw a really bright one next to the moon, and it was called the morning star. And then I realised it wasn't even actually a star, but it was Venus. And then I remembered that in the Bible, Jesus gets called the morning star. And it got me pondering and thinking about what it means that Jesus is the morning star. And well, actually, I've written a short stanza about it, so prepare yourselves if you're sitting comfortably. This is The Morning Star by Professor Drew Badley. The Morning Star.
Bronte, please get on with it.
Oh, okay, yes, sorry. On with today's craft. Right, today we are going to make our own salt dough stars that you can make into a mobile to hang up or into a nice long garland. So the first thing you need to do if you don't have a star cookie cutter is to cut a star shape out of a bit of paper, which is going to be your template. And then you will need a bowl, a wooden spoon, a rolling pin, a tray to bake your dough on, some water. We've got 125 millilitres of water and 125 grams of salt and 250 grams of flour with a little bit extra for dusting so it doesn't stick when we roll it out. Okay, now I have it nice and flat on my surface and I'm using my little template, but if you've got a star cookie cutter you can use that and place it on the dough. And once you've got your stars cut out, you want to put them on a baking tray. And for the stars to hang, we're going to need to put some string through them. So if you use the end of a pencil or the lid of a pen maybe, you can put a little hole in the top that will be big enough to put some thread through it later on once they've dried. And then do that for as many stars as you can get out of your dough, or if you want you can even do planets and circles or anything you can think of to do with outer space, maybe the moon. And then you need to go and ask for some help from somebody who's a bit older and knows what they're doing in the kitchen, and you want to pop your baking into the oven for about 3 hours, which is such a long time, I know, but it will be worth it once it's all over. So I'll see you once I've finished cutting out my stars and I've baked them all for 3 hours. And so once yours are ready, you can do whatever you like with them. So you might want to paint them white, or you might want to paint them in a nice colourful pattern, and then once you let them dry, you can hang them up in any way you want to. I hung mine like this on a nice wee twig from the garden, and it should hang nicely as a wee mobile in my room, but you can literally do anything with them, and we would love to see your photos. So once you finish your stars, you can send them in for me to have a look at. I hope you enjoyed the craft today, and I will see you next time for some more arts and crafts with Professor Drew Badley. Goodbye!
1, 0.
Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've all learned something new about how wonderful our universe really is. And I believe that Deputy Head Malcolm has a challenge for you pupils.
Well, this week we'd all like you to have a try at the huge space model that the lab tech team showed us. Or why not pretend to be Earth and take a photo 100 meters away? Or you could be Mars and take a photo 39 meters away. Get out your measuring tapes and give it a shot. And when you've got your results, why not send them to sbhc@suscotland.org.uk for your chance to be in our next video.
Yes, very good. But Malcolm, what on heaven's name are you wearing?
Well, I was thinking, because we looked at the universe this week, we should dress up space-themed in our Zoom groups. How about that?
Ah, brilliant. And if you haven't joined one of our Zoom groups, do so today. On it we'll have games and activities, and you can share your crafts and experiments. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you next time, and hope you discovered loads of new things about the wonders of
the universe!
Does that mean that I have to put my telescope away?
It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful world. It's an utterly marvelous, totally glorious, simply incredible world. And as we stand amazed, we will sing out in praise to the God who made it all. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. Oh, oh, oh. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. He made it all work together in ways that blow our minds. With whales and snails and fingernails and creatures of all kinds. His handiworks all around us and plain for all to see. From outer space to the nose that on my face, he made it all. It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful world. It's an utterly marvelous, totally glorious, simply incredible world. And as we stand amazed, we will sing out in praise to the God who made it all. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. Oh, oh, oh. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. He made it all work together in ways that blow our minds. With trees and seas and gravity and wonders of all kinds. His handiworks all around us and plain for all to see. He's one who cares, so he even counts the hairs upon my head. It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful world. It's an utterly marvelous, totally glorious, simply incredible world. And as we stand amazed, we will sing out in praise to the God who made it all. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. Oh, oh, oh. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. W-O-N-D-E-R, it's wonder, wonderful. W-O-N-D-E-R, it's wonder, wonderful. W-O-N-D-E-R, it's wonder, wonderful. W-O-N-D-E-R, it's wonder, wonderful. It's a wonderful, 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 wonderful world. It's an utterly marvelous, totally glorious, simply incredible world. And as we stand amazed, we will sing and praise to the God who made it all. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. Oh, oh, oh. This marvelous, glorious, wonderful, wonderful world. Wonderful!
It's wonder, wonderful. W-O-N-D-E-R, it's wonder, wonderful. W-O-N... Oh, we stopped right there. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I hope
it's a fabulous song.
It is a fabulous song. It's really catchy, and I think we're definitely going to sing it at our Zoom session, which is going to start at 11 o'clock. So make sure you join us. And if you haven't already registered, you need to get registered so that we can send you the Zoom link and you can come and join all the madness with all the other leaders who will be there, including some very tired Americans.
Wasn't it amazing, though, and wonderful that as part of home learning, our school had set a thing about space.
Yeah.
So we've been learning space at home during home learning, and then we've just talked about how amazing and wonderful the universe is, but that...
And how big.
It is huge, but the God who created that Amazing expanse with all the stars and the planets and put them in the right places. Also loves and cares and created us.
Yes.
Cares for each and every one of us.
Unbelievable.
It is pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. And it is hard to believe, but it's true.
It's
and
sometimes
that's what's amazing.
mind-boggling.
Mind-boggling, mind-amazing, mind-blowing stuff.
But we might look into, well, we will go into it a bit more in our
the
Zoom
session. Yep, excellent. So we're going to show you a wee clip of what our children did in learning about how the planets go round the sun in our solar system. So enjoy this wee clip. There you go. That is what the solar system looks like, except without people running around. So,
we look forward to seeing you all incredibly soon on Zoom.
Indeed. See you in a moment. Bye.